Hey there, I'm the Kalinator, and in this lovely sunny day in Katowice, Poland, a friend and I are about to embark on an attempt to break the world record for most countries visited in 24 hours by public transport. So right now, let me get on this tram and go find a friend. So let's see what he thinks as well for this challenge. So this is officially how it starts. What is the current record for most countries visited in 24 hours by scheduled transport?
The record right now stands at 13 and it was set more than 8 years ago by two British guys. And so today we're going to attempt to do 14.
We are going to attempt, but there are many possible obstacles. If we were to fail, what would it be that stops us?
Well, for the air portion of the trip, there is not really much that we can do, so we can just hope that the flights are on time. But for the ground portion, I think is where we need to show our preparation and just be clinical.
And we have a full 24 hours on the road, so the last part of it will be somewhat challenging. But considering my 16-hour trip into here took an actual 22 hours because of delay, it's fine to assume that I have taken out all the delays out of the question yesterday and now there are no more delays left for today.
Probably yes.
And after everything we've said, what else would you like to add to our viewers about the challenge?
Well, while we did the preparation, we obviously made a plan for 14, but our research showed that 15 and maybe even 16 is possible. So I'd like to challenge everyone that if we were to succeed, you should definitely try and break the record again. It's a living record.
You absolutely should try it, but I don't recommend you succeed, because if you were to make 15 or 16, we'll just make 17 after you. So it would just be a waste of time for you. So I came in Katowice with a Flixbus coming from Stuttgart, and Pavel flew in from Sofia into Katowice, which is our starting point of the trip. Now we're heading to the bus station in Katowice, from where we will start taking a bus southward. We are super excited about this trip. The planning took itself like 1 week or something. And in the end we still needed to take a decision if we actually want to make it or not, because if we make it we could just end up spending a whole amount, and then just one short delay was gonna fail it completely. But in order to have fun, to enjoy yourself, you need to take decisions, and we took the decision. Here we are, waiting for the bus into our first destination of the trip. Warszawa, Częstochowa, Katowice, Ostrawa, Bratislava, Győr, Budapest, Debrecen, Oradea, Cluj-Napoca, and so on. Take your guesses where we are heading to. The 11B and 12B, right? It can be worse. Let's see how worse it gets. It's 23:45 when the bus is supposed to depart, and this is still not the official starting time of our challenge. The official starting time is going to be as soon as we are close enough to crossing into the border with Czechia. That's so we can record the shortest time in Poland and have enough time at the end of the 24 hours. The time is 34 minutes past midnight on Thursday the 10th of July, and officially our challenge is starting with country number 1, that is Poland. So 34 minutes past midnight and we have our country number 1. We are in Ostrava, Czech Republic, which is our country number 2, achieved at in fact 0038. So this is Ostrava, Czech Republic, country number 2, and now we are onward south, and let's see where the ride takes us.
But before that we have a very special request for the bus driver. We will see what happens.
Yeah, actually we have technical help if he could leave us out in our next station a little bit before the station, because this would help us by at least 30 minutes in our itinerary, which would remove completely any risks that were existent. So let's see if that works. In some devastating news, the driver unfortunately refused to let us out early in Bratislava, and this meant that we had a very short connection. We have just came out in the Bratislava bus station, which is our country number 3, with what was the official entering time? I sent it to you.
3:50.
3:50 was the official entering time of country number 3, Slovakia. Now we have 11 minutes to go out of the bus station and find the bus departing towards Čunovo. But considering what kind of bus station it is, we need and we mustn't waste more time. Come on, run faster, 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 faster. Good. Now, where to is the question. That is always the question. Here is faster for sure.
We're at least 1-4 underground.
Huh?
At least 1-4 underground. Maybe 2.
At least one what?
4 level.
Okay. What's the exact time, please?
39.
Still 39. Where to, for fuck's sake? Are we still underground? I have no idea where we're going. Like literally no idea. Do we still need to go up? Perhaps. Perhaps not. The fuck? Hold the camera. So we need to fucking no way to tell. Okay, what about we find the closest exit and then we look. Just find an exit. Okay, that's good. That's good. And we have another 9 minutes. Okay. Now we're safe again.
Haters will say it's all for cinematic purpose.
This could have been important. I actually think we're right out where we needed to be. But let's double check again. Perhaps we need to go a bit to that side. Perhaps not. No, this is exactly it. Coming in 8 minutes. So we are 8 minutes too early. That's fantastic. Качваме се. Да. Айде направо тука, мани ги билетите. So, we have very bad news, and that is our original planned bus is late and not showing up. and if we took it, we would miss the connection bus to Čunovo. So now we take an alternative plan in a very desperate attempt to make it to the bus to Čunovo in Petržalka or Einsteinova, and we need to check how it will work. Well, that is terrible news. So we are waiting for bus number 70 to take us to Most Senepe, where we were supposed to take bus number 91. After the Flixbus was, as you saw, on time, surprisingly, which was one of the worst parts of the trip, one of the most riskiest parts of the trip, it was on time. And then the local bus is just saying 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, and so on for 4 minutes. It's already 4 minutes late, and at that point, when I realized that if it comes, we're just not gonna make it to Most Senepe in time, and the bus to Čunovo will have left, another bus comes, which actually goes to Petržalka or Einsteinova, which is the second station of the bus towards Čunovo. So in a dynamic decision, I decide that we should take this bus and try to get the 91 at Einsteinova. But unfortunately that bus is also late, arriving at Einsteinova 2 minutes after schedule, and then we have zero chance because we are just able to watch the back of the 91 go towards Čunovo.
So we're basically left with waiting for the next 91, which is in 20 minutes. And that's what we're going to do. It is going to leave us at Čunovo 20 minutes after the original scheduled time, and from there we're going to have to go to Hungary and back in 17 minutes.
18
minutes. Well, 17 would be nice.
And that distance is 2.5 kilometers.
So we'll try to do that, and unfortunately if we don't succeed, we're basically dead for the entire challenge. There is no coming back after that.
This is a fact.
At least there's going to be some cinematic tension.
Well, unfortunately not, because I can't film and sprint. So this will be left out of the script, out of the video. Unless we end up sprinting way too fast on the way to Hungary, and then we have a big buffer on the way back. But I doubt this. So most likely, the next part, you will just hear a story about what the sprint has brought us about, and well, I hope it's a good story.
The bus number 91 in Bratislava got very close to the border with Hungary, and we were planning to take it and then walk the short distance in and back and take it back for the next parts of our trip. The problem is, with the delay we were left with 20 minutes or so to take the 2.8 in fact kilometers that you see on your screens now, and with an 8 kilo backpack each, it was no easy feat.
We are on the bus back from Čunovo into Most Senepe, from where we are taking our next leg of the trip, and for now, let's say that we may.
It's safe to say it was very exciting part of the journey.
This is clear.
We may not have made it to
exactly,
Hungary.
and for you to know, yes, exactly, for you to know whether we actually made it, you have to wait until the end of the 8th episode, when this part, this small detail, will be released. So for now, let's keep going, and let's reach Most Senepe and take the bus there to our next destination. So we are now in France, country number 5 or 6. Here is the bus number 50, which goes direction Basel. So the bad news is confirmed. We couldn't fly off in time to be able to make it completely to Switzerland and Germany as the original plan was. Basically, this could hardly have gone more wrong in the first 8 hours than it did.
But the challenge is not over, which is the most important.
It is virtually over, isn't it?
There is still a chance.
Yeah, there is always a chance, and there is always a next time.